The Truther Girls. The Truther Girls.
Hi everyone. I don't like GMOs. I don't want to eat GMOs. I'm trying to avoid GMOs, and I think that probably a lot of you are too. And so I want to put some stuff together here that can act as a kind of resource to help us avoid GMOs. I've done other vlogs about why I want to avoid GMOs, such as the health risks and such, and I'm going to put that in the more info section. So first of all, there's this article here from the Sacramento Bee. 34 daily newspapers from around the state agree Proposition 37 should be opposed. Proposition 37, in case you don't know, is a new law that's on the ballot in California that would force companies to label their food as GMOs. If they have GMOs in them. And so these big corporations are saying, well, this isn't fair, and it's going to lead to a lot of bad lawsuits, and it's going to raise the cost of food. And so there's a big debate about it, and I don't know if it's going to go through. Personally, of course, I'm in favor of labeling GMOs. They do it in Europe. It seems to work for them, so, you know, why can't we do it here? But 34 daily newspapers from around the state agree Proposition 37 should be opposed. See, this article, it's like kind of propaganda. You got to remember who owns these newspapers, and when they're telling you that like that, it's kind of like they're trying to make your mind up for you. Now, as far as avoiding GMOs, a few things I want to cover. Number one, where are the GMOs? By and large, they're in processed foods, as I've mentioned in my previous vlogs about GMOs, and they're in corn, soy, cottonseed, and canola. These crops are almost exclusively GMO at this point, and you're going to find these in things like cornstarch or soy beverages, but especially in oils. You're going to find canola oil, cottonseed oil. These are GMOs. I mean, almost 100% sure, unless it says organic, maybe even non-GMO. You can be pretty sure that that's GMO, and so if you're avoiding GMOs, you would want to avoid those foods. As for produce, the system that's in place are the PLU codes. I'm not a really huge fan of Snopes. I mean, they do, after all, I think, say that 9/11 was not an inside job. But when it comes to their article here about PLU codes, I think it's reliable information. And what they basically tell you is that a 4-digit code starting with a 4 is conventionally grown produce. A 5-digit code starting with a 9 is organic, and a 5-digit code starting with an 8 is GMO. And heads up, there is a new GMO fresh produce item which is called the Arctic Granny apple. It's a non-browning apple that is in the process of being approved, so you might want to keep an eye out for that. Now, another way to avoid GMOs is to, of course, go for organic. This organic koala crisp cereal, all the ingredients in it are organic, so you know, a GMO can't be organic, so you could probably assume that that's non-GMO. But here's something I find really exciting. Yesterday, I went to the store and I found this soy sauce, but what's exciting about it is that it says Non-GMO Project verified. There's a little label here. See, Proposition 37, they want the corporations to be forced by law to label their products as containing GMOs. And as I said, this may or may not go through, but you know what? Even if it doesn't go through, there are other ways for us to avoid the GMOs. And one is to look for products that say non-GMO, and there's a whole non-GMO project website where you can browse by category, infant formula, beverages, you name it, and they'll give you lists of products that are non-GMO, like specific brands, and they even also have a couple of restaurants that are signed up with that program. I think that's a really good idea. Another thing is there's a Facebook group called Label It Yourself. Basically, because there's no labeling, some people have just taken it upon themselves to find out which products contain GMO and then expose them for it. So mini micro beef ravioli or whatever, you know, Chef Boyardee products, they call them up, and the company said that they do use ingredients that come from the US that are GMO. So they labeled it, and it's in the group. So, I mean, they put the picture there. They actually labeled it in the store, which may be illegal, but so far nobody's been busted for it yet. So that's something we might have to do, is just band together and ferret these things out. And I think that basically if you just avoid processed food, that's a really, really good start. And be careful though when you're buying packaged foods, if you sometimes have to, like breakfast cereal. Here's an example. There's a cashew cereal, Go Lean, and it says how it's got all these great grains in it, it's good for your health and all that. What does it say here? Their slogan here is sustenance on your journey to better health. But I find that kind of ironic because it's turning out that the soy that they use in their cereal is GMO. So I don't know if that's really going to lead you to better health. And you know what else about this product? When you look at the box, they're engaging in what's called greenwashing. You notice there's the color green on the label, and you got like little leaves down at the bottom, and companies will do stuff like that. They'll write natural or whatever and make it look green and put pictures of leaves to make you think that it's a healthy, wholesome, all-natural product when really it might not be. You know, they could say contains natural ingredients. Yes, it contains natural ingredients and also 30 toxic chemicals. And they can label it like that because it does contain some natural ingredients along with the other junk. So I just want to give you a heads up. And also on my own blog, TheTrutherGirls.wordpress.com, I have posted a link that was given to me by Natasha Myers-Holcomb, one of the people who's liking my Facebook page. Thank you, Natasha, for sending me that. It's a list of non-GMO foods. So if they don't want to pass Proposition 37 and they're not going to have labeling in the US and Canada, oh well, we're going to have to take it into our own hands and just do the best we can. So let me know if you have any comments about how you avoid GMOs or any tips that you'd like to share. And thanks for listening to me, and I'll see you next time.